You mentioned, the wide receiver dilemma that the Browns have, not getting separation. So Andrew Berry talked about the usage and the performance of those wide receivers as well today.
Yeah, I think it's probably safe. Like all of our position groups, it's been, we've been inconsistent. We've had games where we've played well, and we have games where we haven't played quite as well. And that goal of consistency is really kind of the biggest thing, leading into the end of the year. I am looking forward to hopefully having that group being at full health, or at least close to full health, after the bye, and I think that'll certainly help. But look, big opportunity in front of us, and those guys are going to have to play or continue to play major roles. Look, we are still searching for consistency in all areas, and that's ultimately what we have to find to reach our goals.
So, Tim, one of the things that popped into my mind when we were talking, and I told you to hold that thought, the Ravens overloaded the side that the Browns were the strong side of the formation a lot. So the Browns were running into 7 defenders with only 4, sometimes 5 people to block. My thought is if you put Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the backfield together, you can potentially make it so, okay, if you want to overload one side, we run the fullback to the weak side of the formation, and we make you pay. So in other words, in my thought, you could potentially work against that overloading a defensive side of the line by putting both Hunt and Chubb in the backfield together. What do you think about that? I know it's a little out of the box, but your thoughts?
Well, I like it. I mean, we've talked about this for a few years, like why Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb can't really be on the field together. And you feel like that would make a lot of sense because they're both talented running backs. As a defense, you don't know who's going to get the football. You don't know if it's going to be a run for Kareem, a run for Nick, or even a play action to one of those guys. I'd almost lean into that further. I was kind of going back to my smoke and mirrors thing, kind of go into a full house backfield where you put Dearness Johnson into the game. Then all of a sudden you're kind of running a very interesting package where you have 3 running backs who can all do different things. You're creating all sorts of options. And I think those are the things you can do to kind of mask deficiencies at the receiver position. And I mean, we can all look at this group and Andrew Berry is right in kind of saying the underperformed Jarvis Landry because he's been banged up. Donovan Peoples-Jones, I don't know how ready he is for a number 1 role. And Anthony Schwartz, I always kind of thought this year was going to kind of be more of a gimmick year where he's kind of has to do simple things until he kind of learns the offense. But I think this is going to really be a test of Kevin Stefanski's creativity and a willingness to stick to what works. And what works right now is he's got 3 good running backs at his disposal. He's got 5 games left. Might as well use them as much as he can, especially because this is as healthy as this group has been all season.